Alright, good morning. It is 10:07. It is Artificer Larry. We're gonna get back to Emprise de Lyon pretty quick here. We've got, first of all, we've got a rather short stream today. I'm gonna be... I'm gonna be buying a car very soon, so I need to go to my bank and then make some phone calls. So, I am probably only going to be streaming for about 2 hours today, but we'll see how long Emprise de Lyon and the Forbidden Oasis take. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm not worried about it. Head into our war room first. That's right! I have to judge Blackwall. That's the other thing. Blackwall, not Blackwall. I always used to call him Blackwall, not Blackwall, but I don't do that when I'm playing the beginning of the game before you get that spoiler. So I'm like, I can call him that now. Alright, destroy Darkspawn Outbreak. This is in fact from the same lieutenant. Inquisitor. The mines have been collapsed and the Darkspawn in the area utterly destroyed. For a time, it looked as though we might have to join them. The Grey Wardens fought with unmatched bravery to clear us a path before the entire mountain fell upon us all. The surviving Wardens are remaining in the area to continue patrolling for Darkspawn. I thank the Maker for giving you the wisdom to spare the Wardens and bring them to our service. While we fought the beasts deep in the mines, we uncovered what Marquise Buffon must have been looking for. I have sent it to the Inquisition for safekeeping. May it serve us better than it would have served the treacherous Marquise. Yours in service, Lieutenant Suzanne Clochsec. You know, I know someone with the name Suzanne that I don't really like very much, but it's such a nice name. I'm just also slightly like, this is a great... Oh dear. Sorry, I got distracted by what's on my screen. I was like, this is a great name, but also I can't use it, or this person will think that I am naming something after them, and I don't want that. Reconciliation for Céline and Michel. This was because Michel de Chivin was in Orlais, in Emprise de Lyon, trying to save Sarnia, and Céline apparently had a desire for reconciliation. No word, so much for a sincere desire for reconciliation. Michel was victim to Orlais' protocols once. Let him never find out that an empress's friendship is conditional, and only at her convenience. He deserves more than forgiveness behind closed doors. Leliana. To be frank. Alright, so we need to deal with Lord Basile Maron. I don't remember who I want to send for that. I think most of the rest of these are completed besides Pressing Orlesian Nobles, because that's the only one that still has the indicator over it that I haven't done it that's in Orlais. So I need to do this one. I need to judge Rainier. I need to do this one, and I don't even remember if there's anything in Ferelden, so we're gonna just finish up in Orlais. Dearest Josephine, is this? Yes. Dearest Josephine, do you recall the last letter I sent about the new volunteers who have reported to Suladin Keep to help with our efforts? Lady Doucette, daughter of Lord Basile Maron, was one of them. We were unaware of her real identity because she came to us disguised as a villager. Unfortunately, Lord Basile has just now discovered the whereabouts of his missing daughter and has accused the Inquisition of kidnapping her. Lord Basile's colourful slander of the Inquisition has cast a shadow on our relations with wealthy southern Orlesian society. Complicating matters, Lady Doucette refuses to return to her father and the gilded cage of a gentlewoman. I can't very well tie her up and deliver her to the Lord in a barrel, can I? Sincerely, Edouard. This poor bastard. So the hilarious thing is, that last bit, can't very well tie her up and deliver her to the Lord in a barrel. Colin literally says, why not? Why can't we? We don't have to literally put her in a barrel, but let Lady Doucette know in no uncertain terms that she is no longer welcome in the Inquisition. Which sucks. Versus, Lady Doucette should follow her heart. Lord Basil is a minor noble, and his favor is not worth courting. I can trick him into social ruin. Once he is torn down, he may rant, but no one will listen. I don't think it actually matters who I send here, so I'm gonna check the other one first. One second. My sibling just messaged me, so I'm trying to make sure that this is not extremely important. Hold that thought. Da 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 da. Alright, sorry about that. Okay. Inquisitor, thanks to the efforts of the Bull's chargers, our Legion nobility is most receptive to our efforts. Now would be an ideal time to press them for more support. Ambassador Montelier. And she may continue. I know which nobles are willing to help us and how far they can be pushed. Versus, the right word whispered at the right time is more effective than an afternoon of pleasantries. Probably true. But I'm hesitant to not send Josephine for this one just because she knows how to deal with nobles. That's literally her job. We're gonna let her do her job. Which I suppose means that dealing with Lord Basil Maron will require, Cullen. Which is fine, because it doesn't really matter that much, because by this point in the Inquisition, we have enough people, I'm pretty sure. And pissing off one more noble is not necessarily the best thing. We're gonna check out what's going on in Ferelden. What is this? The Arcanist and the Fade. Oh! A report in Arcanist Dagna's hand. An official request, made officially. The Inquisitor has suffered exposure to the years of the Veil, the tears of the Veil, and the energy of the Fade. To properly help her endure these forces, I need to understand them. I need samples. I need remnants. I need to see. If it pleases, I request the resources for a grand experiment to peer through the Veil, or as far as I can. It's an expensive investment, I know, but it's necessary. And it's only fair. I need to see. I wrote that twice. It's important to me. Arcanist Dagna. Sketched below, flowers and fire. So, if we have everyone to choose from, remnants are easy enough. I shall pull the powers we have established in your wake. I'll have the battlefield scoured for samples. That's as close as I would dare with her. Cullen doesn't trust Dagna. That saddens me. It makes sense, but it saddens me. She'll have what she needs. I expect it would be difficult to keep it from her. Fact. So we're gonna go with Liliana,
Let's see what we
I
have.
guess, because she's not busy. Alright, well, that's that for now. Let's go. Sit in judgment. I forgot this happened, like, right during the... Either, like, technically I went for it at the end of stream.
For judgment this day, Inquisitor, I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall. His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. It was no small expense to bring him here, but the decision of what to do with him is now yours.
I don't hate to see him like this, because what I hate is that he lied to us. And your life is mine now is a little bit too much. That's a little harsh.
Not even a word of thanks, I see.
I don't know if I can thank you. What did you have to do to release me?
Josephine called in a few favors. There are enough people out there who owe the Inquisition.
And what happens to the reputation the Ambassador has so carefully cultivated? The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
This is another one. We definitely had a choice. But I'm torn between this will be forgotten, which is probably true, but a little bit like that's a rough thing to say, versus your opinions don't matter, which honestly is true. I'm torn. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That implies a little bit less of you personally suck and a little bit more of, well, who cares if we're corrupt? So we're going to go with that one because
Your
it's
opinions
personal
will no longer be
and it's
considered.
true.
You've lost that privilege. I decide what becomes of you now.
Sweet kitty
And what
cat.
becomes
You
of
can
me?
you can sit there. That's fine. You're allowed. My cat just went to crawl onto my bathrobe, which is sitting over a blanket that he's been sitting on recently, and he got all like stressed out over it. I'm like, sweetie, you're allowed to sit there, it's okay. I certainly don't want to say your lie continues, because that is the entirety of what pisses me off about Rainier, is that he lied to the Inquisition. Like, he's like the opposite of Bull. Like, Bull was probably supposed to lie to the Inquisition and didn't. I'm also relatively unwilling to pardon him completely, because this is like, you fucked up bad. I've never been able to, like, force myself to pardon him. I can't do it. I can't. Meanwhile, I can make him live up to what he pretended to be.
Blackwall intended you
I
join the
think
Order.
this is literally the
I will
only
let
thing I've
them
ever done.
decide your fate. But only when Corypheus is dead. For now, Tom Rainier, the Inquisition needs you.
As you command.
All right. Well, that's a thing. I mean, I'm not that harsh. I don't like Blackwall. But even I, the player, would not be like, if you die, good riddance. No. And Tali's certainly not going to do that. She knows him. That's awful.
I'm told not all survive the joining, and the life of a true warden is difficult.
If I die, it will be no less than I deserve. And if I live, I'll make it count.
You'd fucking better.
I am grateful for this, Inquisitor. And I will serve for as long as I can.
Good. Dick. I have so much rage. Okay. So. I don't have any idea if I looked at my inventory yet. Ooh, Song of the Marshes. Is that the one that comes with a dragon slaying rune? That's the one that comes with a fucking dragon slaying rune. Okay, so that is actually better than Evanura. So I'm gonna put Evanura. I'm gonna sell Evanura. I don't want to. But this is a slightly better. Song of the Marshes is already there, so I might as well just use that one. And it's also slightly better than the axe that I have, interestingly enough. Okay, well. We can sell Evanura. What does Bull have? Bull has the Sullivan Blade. We'll give him the dragon slaying rune that I crafted. Because it's not the one that I crafted is slightly better than the one that's just automatically on Song of the Marshes, but it's not the worst thing I could. Oh no, I don't want weapon crafting. I want weapon modification, dumbass. All right, Bull. We will make the Sullivan Blade ridiculous. He's really only in my party for fucking dragon hunting anyway, so this is easy. Did I upgrade my potions fully? I believe that I did. I did. Cool. Alright. I'm trying to come up with, like, if there's anything else that I... Oh, wait. There is. Because that's not here. Never mind. I have to actually go up to the tower, don't I? Okay. We're gonna... I never sold that Sigil of the Golem. I decided that it was not worth keeping, and then I never sold it. I have so many firm dagger grips. I need to go through and sell some of this shit when I'm not streaming at the time. Oh my god. I'm gonna just store all of my upgrades for right now. Because a lot of this stuff is just slightly not worth it. I gotta craft everyone new armor. Especially before fucking Jaws of Hakon. Because that one just utterly murders me every time. So, we're gonna... Oof. Okay. Meanwhile... Oh, did I drop off all of my creature research items? Yes, good. Okay. Gonna save. Did the thing. I have to run outside into the courtyard and then up the stairs to my tower so that I can upgrade it. But then we're gonna go back to Emprise de Lyon. No, I do need to go through there. God damn it. I just want to jump everywhere. I don't want to have to go through a door like a regular person. God. Oh, no, you know what? I have to go to my requisition guy. This is not where I want to be. I have to go way the fuck down here, talk to him. I gotta talk to my guy, or at least my requisition table. There we go. Main watchtower. Now I can run up the stairs. And actually, I think that this set of stairs might be closer, so we're gonna run up these stairs instead. Yeah. Yeah, I always forget these stairs are here. That was the smart set. It's fine. There we go. That's the thing. Upgrade! I mean, I like the Mage Tower. But also I sided with the Templars, so it would be stupid not to. I sided with the Templars and then became a Templar. It would be stupid not to do that. I'm gonna just continually remind everybody that I really, really prefer going with the mages for literally everything, but not the point.
A true Templar hold. Now we're in.
Wow, that's an uncomfortable line on some pretty significant levels. Now we're an Inquisition. No, we were an Inquisition before this. No stuff. That's the other downside, is that the Mage Tower gets a lot of stuff that the Templar Tower apparently does not. But that's fine. Yay! We have a Templar Tower, I guess. So. We're done. Oh, no we're not! I gotta talk to fucking Blackwall. Aha! Yo, bitch.
Heard you found something that had to do with wardens. Would have liked to have seen it.
Yeah?
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor.
That is literally nothing like Inquisitor.
Inquisitor means something. Blackwall doesn't.
It means something to me.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry, life keeps happening off screen. So.
Let's talk about you. The truth, this time.
I suppose I owe you that.
Yeah, you fucking do.
So, you're actually Orlesian.
Well, didn't I say that I was from Markham in the Free Marches? I didn't lie about that. I spent my childhood there, and then Orlais called to me. Markham seemed lifeless, colorless in comparison.
Tell me about your time as a soldier.
I served in the Imperial Army. I distinguished myself there, earned respect, the loyalty of my men, and then I threw it all away. Betrayed my own side for gold. Only gold.
Shocker.
You were on the run from the authorities, weren't you?
Yes. I made my living as a hired sword. Spent most of my coin on drink.
Shocker.
I never stayed in one place for long. Had to keep moving. I got to see much of Orlais that way. I saw what men like me had done to this great empire. It was a shock. Seeing it up close. Hearing the stories. It's one thing to hear the news from afar. Another to actually be there.
Did you have a family? A wife? Children?
No. I've never been suited to that kind of life. Maybe I don't deserve it.
Yeah.
We'll continue this another time.
Yeah. You earned that self-hatred this time. What? He's just... Oh, this is this guy! Oh my god! It is literally a trivia game.
Inquisitor, you have done much, but have you the stomach for the quizquisition?
The what?
It begins now, and there is a timer. Chantry belief centers on the enigmatic Maker and his bride. Name her traitorous husband.
What? That's a thing. Wow, Quarren! That's a place. Arlathan! That's the ancient elven... Oh my god, they're giving you all of these terrible answers. Arlathan was the ancient elven capital. Rivain is a place. Dumat was an old god of Tevinter. Orthemiel, ditto. Dumat was the ancient Tevinter old god of silence. Orthemiel, I forget what of. The Qun, Kozlan, which is like the Qun prophet there. The common Nug. Her treacherous husband, the common Nug. I mean, Battle of Squealing Plains, which I'm sure has something to do with Nugs. Minrathos, which is a location in Tevinter. The Fex, I actually don't know what that is.
Mafarath is the name.
Correct. Well played. We will continue when I have time and the wind calls me.
So... that's that guy. I think I've seen him a handful of times in any of my playthroughs, honestly. God, I still haven't unlocked the Greater Nuggalope. How do I do that? I forget. Do I have to buy them? Oh. That's interesting. I don't... I only have 51,000 gold, so I'm not going to waste it on this when I have other things that I want from... Sure. The Black Emporium. Especially since the Death Nug isn't on here. But I do recall really loving the Basking Longma. So... okay. Now we'll go to Emprise de Lyon. I'm gonna save, so that I don't accidentally lose everything to, you know. Okay. Right, the Cradle of Sylvine. I did that last time, though. So, what was this? That's the Baron, so we're gonna teleport into Silodin Keep, I guess. With my... probably with my dragon hunting party. So, not Cole, Sarah. Sarah, Bull, Solus. Hooray! Alright. Here we are, in the snow. Freezing our butts off for the Inquisition. Trading with Kal Sharok. That's... This only comes up a couple of times.
Keeping busy, Inquisitor? Be well.
And almost never
Fine day, is it not?
for plot.
Any news, Baron?
Dragons!
Crossing has been rebuilt, thanks to our combined efforts.
I know.
Scouts have spotted a dragon flying through the hills. If this is a high dragon ready to spawn, there is reason for concern.
Any news, Baron?
We plan to push into the region to make it safe for trade and travel.
I mean, yeah.
Any news, Baron?
By request of the people of Sarnia, Mistress Pulin, Town Elder, has been delivered to Skyhold to await justice.
I mean, yes, but I already judged her.
Any news, Baron?
Do you have news on what she's been doing?
Operations seem to be going smoothly, Inquisitor.
Not really. Alright, I'm out.
I shall take my leave.
Hey, there we go. That's how I get the actual... So, there were several times that I played this that I legitimately did not get the actual quest for the dragons. I didn't realize that there was a quest for the dragons until, like, my 7th or 8th playthrough, and then I went, wait a minute, that's a quest? Wait, shit, wait, what? Because I just encountered them because that's what I do. Good morning, MH. Good evening where you are, I suppose. You haven't missed much. I've been running around Skyhold. Alright, let's see. Ba-doop. Ba-doop.
All's well, it seems.
I just finally got back out here. You got Nier Automata, I've never figured out how to pronounce that, and also I've never played it. The only thing I know about Nier is that the design of the two of the characters, which I assume are your player characters, if you choose a male character or a female character, and they are so gothy looking, it's great. And also, like, they remind me of the organization from Kingdom Hearts. That's it. Especially because they have, like, black blindfolds on, and Riku has a whole bunch of weird-ass plot where he ends up kind of sort of part of the organization and in a blindfold because it's kind of Riku and kind of not. It's complicated and weird, like most of Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, we repaired the giant bridge, so we have crossed Judicale's Crossing, and I'm going to be dealing with dragons and Amulet of Death Siphon. Do I remember what that does? Because not really. Gonna be dealing with dragons and the rifts in the springs and Amulet of Death Siphon. Every time an enemy dies nearby, the wearer of this amulet gains health and stamina. That's nice. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give that to Bull, I think. What does Bull have equipped? Keep sharing the cursor even though I play with the controller. Oof. Oh, no. Bull is gonna keep that one. Bull is gonna keep Kitty's Collar because that one has a lot of weird shit that plays into the Reaver specialization really well. Oh, I'm sorry, MH. Oh my gosh. That's a... Oh, girl. I have, kind of a lot going on. right now. Okay. I have... Firstly, this is going to be a relatively short stream because I need to visit my bank to try to figure out a car loan so that I can, you know, buy a car this week. And then I'm going to end up doing all of that nonsense later on this week. So hit up Twitter or Discord at some point because I have to figure out exactly when I'm doing that. I don't think it will affect my streaming schedule, but it might. But yeah. Oh. Dragon. Tower. Rift. Tower. Dragon. Wait, no. Dragon. Tower, tower, dragon? Question mark? But there's a thing over here, the exit to the world map, that makes it a lot easier to just teleport here. And I'm like, is this worth it? Because I just realized Solus is going to be slightly useless against at least one of these dragons. Because he has an ice staff. And we're in Emprise de Lyon, which is 90% ice. Oof. Oh yeah. Why are droids are fictioned with human flesh? That's... I know what you mean, but the last time I didn't correct you on something that was not correct, you got frustrated with me, so... droids, fictional droids, I suspect that a lot of it is because they are characters that you're supposed to have, empathy for, so they made them look more human and less like a robot. So that's part of it. Sometimes they do, you know, so one of the things that they did with, for example, Data from Dragon Age, the Next Generation, fire vulnerability, greater cold resistance, awesome. So Solus is useless here, which I knew, whatever. One of the things that they do sometimes that I really enjoy is they'll give them like human looking skin, but in like a slightly unsettling manner. So like Data doesn't look human in Dragon Age. He's straight up just he looks totally unsettling. Everything is the wrong color. He's got like all whitish yellow skin. He's got like whitish yellow eyes. You know, he's like he's just mildly unsettling while still being very human looking. So I think that was a really good choice for them. And I think, again, I think that plays into a lot of the reason they try to do a lot with, you know, this character looks human, but is definitely not, because they want you to empathize with the character. So they want you to care about the character, so they gotta make him look human, which is hilarious because most people are going to be like, no, but I like this character. I care about them regardless of what they look like. Like, that's just how people are. Humans care about things, even when it doesn't necessarily make sense. Yike. Solus is fine. I do have to say, though, I love it when fantasy worlds are brave enough to make, like, really cool and obvious prosthetics. Like, it's one thing if it's, like, used for, you know, used as a surprise, because I liked what they did in Full Metal Alchemist, Conqueror of Shambhala, because they gave the character who has had a very obvious prosthetic, a mechanical prosthetic, for the entire series. They gave him one that looks like it has human skin in the follow-on movie, which is not canon to the actual manga, but we won't go there. They gave him a real human-looking prosthetic in the follow-on movie, because you were supposed to be like, oh, that thing that he did that was real dumb, did it work? And then he, like, rips off the skin in one of the first scenes to use the underlying mechanism that's still in it. So that was, I liked the way they did that one. I love like mechanical looking prosthetics in media. I love when they do that. And like, I don't know anybody that would look at a robot character that didn't look human and just not have the same amount of empathy just because they didn't look human. But it seems to be a little bit of an easier connection. So I suspect that is the reasoning. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep talking about this, apparently. That's today. I am slightly distracted because I've got I'm talking to my sibling in another window, and I am also admittedly rather distracted by the concept of I need to buy a car this week, oh my god. Oh, cars are so expensive. But there's no public transportation in my area, so I don't even have the option to not have a car, or to not, you know, buy a car, really. Okay. So let's take the fucking potion. We're almost done. Would you land? She's like, no. Pretty lady. Feet on the ground. Let's go. Yeah. Aw, bull. We're gonna give these 2 regeneration potions. How is Bull down to 1 regeneration potion? I swear I replenished those, like, at the end of last stream. What is going on here? I missed. No! And she left again. Ugh. Unplug the mouse. What? You know what? If it works, good. That is important. Especially if it's ruining your immersion. My immersion! Get back here! Fight me! See what I mean? You can't take a shot every time I say fight me. You can't do it. You'll straight up die. Get back here! I'm so glad this one doesn't have guard. Oh my god. Haha! Success. No. No. I thought I was close enough. Pools of the Sun. This game is stupid. Nier Automata, I assume you mean. I am unfamiliar, so I have no opinion. What's stupid about it? Pools of the Sun. According to our legends, what remains of the sun's heat, left in the earth when Elgar'nan threw the sun from the sky and buried it in the abyss, heats the hot springs in the dales. The waters of the spring have healing qualities. We've always treated them as sacred. Then, of course, Orlesians moved in, scarring them with their garish statuary. But fate is just. Last I heard, dragons had claimed the territory. Let's hope the beasts made a meal of fat nobles who couldn't escape in time. I died on normal, but it still makes me start over again. Ugh! That's... Yikes. That's tough. That tells me that I... Oh, wait, was this the one with the... Was this the one with the Ocularum? Or is that one of the... That's one of the other two, isn't it?
Hey, Solus. Droopy ears says what?
Excuse me?
Ugh, you're no fun.
I love that. But I love 2B, so can't just give up. I believe in you, MH. Alright. Let's go. Oh my god, now what? My phone is reminding me of things, and I don't know what it's reminding me of. I did that yesterday, phone. But yeah, I mentioned earlier that this is probably gonna be a short stream. Third time, I believe in you. You got this. Because I have to go to the bank and deal with trying to figure out how to get a car loan. And then I gotta, you know, work stuff, school stuff, etc. But, like, how much am I gonna pay? The full price of the car, or how much am I gonna put down? Because it is not quite, but nearly a $17,000 car. I'm probably gonna put 5,000 down so that I can do the other 12 over the next, you know, 5-ish years. Deal with it that way. Oh, it's dead. God damn it. I'm seeing the corpse of this behemoth and I'm like, is it glitched? I must kill it, but it's already dead. Yes. Yes, 17,000. That is a low price for a car, and I test drove it yesterday. It is adorable, and it is exactly what I wanted. As a matter of fact, it is a higher trim level than what I was looking at, and it is the same price as the lower trim level, brand new, because it has like 2,000 miles on it. Which is nothing. My car now has almost 156,000 miles on it. So, it is a Honda Fit, and I was looking at the LX, which is the basic model, but the one that I test drove was an EX, which is, I think, 2 trim levels higher. So there's a couple of extras in that one that I wasn't really planning on bothering with because it's extra money. But it's perfect, and I test drove it, and I want it. It's so cute. I love it. I've probably talked about it before, honestly. Also, the Fit is one of the only cars that is relatively new that is that low priced. Like, there are almost no other cars that are, you know, decent that are that low priced that I can get here that wouldn't also be like a ridiculous amount of money for maintenance and shit. Like, the maintenance numbers for the next couple of cars that I was looking at were just awful. No, I'm just saying, if you're saying you knew I was gonna say that, you might have known that because I've said it before. Because I definitely have. They're adorable. I love them. And again, if you're looking at prices at all, that's basically the only one in that range. But it's so cute. And it's little, and it's a hatchback, and I love it. And it will be mine. I love that you can technically... Oh, secure the tower is because of the Templars, not because of the dragons. That makes much more sense. Yay, we all leveled. The engine, what about it? Hi, alien! Good morning. You have arrived at approximately the halfway point of my stream, most likely. Because I have to go to the bank and deal with car loan stuff. But... You want to know some specs? Honestly, I did so much math, but the specs do not stay in my head. I'm not a car person. You would honestly be better served by Googling it. I swear to God. What I wanted was the fact that this tiny little car has enough cargo space to fit the 5x10 folding mats in it that we have. So, like, I needed enough room in the back to fit something that's, like, 5 feet by 2 feet by 1 foot so that I can get them to our demos. And also, you know, me, possibly a passenger or two. I don't really have passengers very often, so I'm not concerned about how many people I can fit in my car. Like, I can't remember the last time I had a passenger. I'm not concerned about that part. We're American. We don't know anything about what we're driving. I mean, you're not wrong. But also, I don't do cars. Cars don't make sense to me. I only have one because I need one. I'm only buying this one because I need one. So... Anyway. So I gotta go to the bank. I gotta deal with that shortly here. I have done everything in Emprise de Lyon, with the exception of getting this last thingamathing tower marked off and killing 2 more dragons. So what I'm gonna do... There we go. I don't even know what my gas tank capacity is. I know approximately how much money it takes to get nearly full. That is a little bit more disconnected than I am, because I know I have a 16-gallon tank, because I know exactly how much gas I've been going through recently, and going, why are you like this? This is terrible. I no. Bad. Wrong. How dare you? Oh, so fun fact about these dragons in Emprise de Lyon. Ugh. Hold that thought. I'm doing 3 things right now. One of the dragons in Emprise de Lyon is actually a fire dragon. I think it's the one in the middle. I think it is the next one, but I'm not positive. Carlton Zahn. I think that's the one. Let me actually pull up my silly little dragon chart here. I know it's probably 12 gallon, but it could be 11 or 10. Yeah, that's one of the things that is going to be very different. I'm probably going to have to fill up about as often once I get the fit, because I'm buying it. It's probably going to be this week. I test drove one yesterday that was I just mentioned to MH, it is a higher trim level than the one that I was looking at, but it is only going to cost as much as the one that I was looking at. No, the Highland Ravager is the one that's fire. Shit. So the highest level one is the one that's fire. Okay, sure. That doesn't make sense. Hmm. My old car I thought was 10, but 10 took 11 gallons once, so I guess I just never let it get that low before. Wow. Yeah. So, oh god. So, Alien, if you want a couple more details on how this is going, you personally can probably bounce into the Salt channel on the Sayuki Discord, because the car itself is beautiful. It's fine. It's it's adorable. It is exactly what I want. The surrounding situation is a little bit less awesome. I think... Okay, so what I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to teleport back to Silladin Keep. I'm going to just quick and dirty craft Solus a fire staff, and then keep that equipped for the next dragon, because I need the healing capabilities that he has. I'm also gonna fix up my potions here, because everyone has used at least one regeneration potion, I think. Except for Tali. Bull has none. Now he has all of them. I do have to take off Solus's so 125 is the highest. I have to take off the sigil off of his armor. Because sorry, I'm slightly multitasking and I'm not very good at it. The sigil on Solus's armor, Dawnstone, great. The sigil on Solus's armor is like, you get double ice damage for, or no, 10% more ice damage for minus 100% damage every other type or something like that. Chance to sing an offensive buff. I can't imagine Solus singing. Okay, but you should, because David Gareth Lloyd is amazing. It's not like with Fenris, where he's got this utterly gorgeous, sexy singing voice, and I hate to rag on Gideon Emery because he's got the sexiest speaking voice. I love his voice. I love his voice. I started playing Dragon Age 2 and immediately texted my friend, like, why didn't you tell me that Balthier voices the anime elf? I would have played it immediately. I love Gideon Emery. so much. But his singing voice really doesn't do it for me. I am a picky bitch when it comes to singing. His is not it. But the buffs on this staff, this is my favorite staff to craft. It is wonderful. One sec. Sorry. Ooh, crit damage bonus. But that's dragon webbing. Do I want to waste dragon webbing on this? Or watch since I don't play. Okay, so Alien, I will tell you, I do have a plan to stream all of these things. So if you're like, I don't want to have to hunt this down, you might not have to. Did buy Final Fantasy 15 on stream, so I just have to rig my computer to be able to play it. I got a lot of enjoyment out of Final Fantasy 15. It's a lot of fun. Oh, or did you mean 12? Because of Balthier. Did you mean Dragon Age 2, or did you mean Final Fantasy 12? When you said I have to play 2, or watch. Because either way, I am planning to eventually get the Zodiac Age for my Switch so that I can stream it, because I haven't played Final Fantasy 12 in so long because I have to rig up my PS2 to play it. I have to, like, reconnect everything. I don't have my PS2 connected most of the time. So I just haven't played it in forever. We're gonna go with 14% attack, not heal on kill, I think. I never use King's Willow Weave. But I have a ton of plush fustian velvet, so we'll go with that one, fuck it. Armor penetration. Better armor penetration, right? Yes. Sunder, attack, stagger. Guard damage bonus. We'll go guard damage bonus. 18% guard damage bonus. Fuck yeah. What were the other percentages? One of them was like 14. 15. 12. No, that's fine. Must watch DA2. Will probably replay 12. PS2 is currently hooked up because boyfriend wanted to play Simpsons Hit and Run. There you go. I love Final Fantasy 12. I didn't really want the Zodiac Age when it first came out because it implied to me that I was gonna have to leave all of the characters, like, in their original class, basically. I don't really need heal on kill for this. It's literally just to fight dragons. I don't need barrier damage either. Dragons don't use barriers. Could do that, I guess. That's it. Barrier damage, crit damage, heal on kill. That's it. Alright, that's what we're going with. Did buy 15 because it was the best sale it would be ever, and I did watch some Let's Plays. I knew Mari would like Arden before she did. Yeah, I know, right? Ugh. Trash villain. Creepy. Looks like he got all of his clothes from a fucking thrift store, which there's nothing wrong with that, because I get a lot of my clothes from thrift stores, because why would I pay full price when I don't have to? But, like, his look like they came from, like, 5 different eras, and he just decided to put them on all at once, which is, that's a choice. Um, focus gain, he doesn't need that. Dropping caltrops on a hit. Mind blast on a hit. Better chance. Heal 15% of damage taken over 10 seconds. That one will be useful. Ooh, 10% chance to heal for half health. Also useful. Another one for the pile of Mari's exact type. Yes, another one for the trash pile. It's true. 75% weapon damage. I'm gonna select that for now so I don't lose it. 3 seconds of Walking Fortress. That is very, very useful for a mage. 20% of damage taken over 10 seconds. Hidden Blades on a hit with 5 added hits. Hidden Blades. I don't know. Fade Cloak on a hit. Immolate damage at 75% weapon power. Tempting. Shield Bash on a hit. So, I really like Shield Bash, but that is not a lot of crit damage. Whereas, Chain Lightning really isn't either, but I can also do... I can heal 20% of damage taken over 10 seconds. I can... Yeah, that was the higher one. I can also give him Hidden Blades on a hit. Where was it? There we go. Hidden Blades, heal 10% or 20% of damage over 10 seconds. I'm gonna sit here and waffle about this, apparently. I have, I don't usually rely on the mages for a ton of, like, power, but also I know... Ugh, this next dragon, is this one of the ones that summons babies? I don't remember. We're gonna go with heal over 10 seconds. So that he's got that. That's fine. Right, I have to... What? When did I get that? When did I get these? Damn. 264. That is actually slightly better stats than what Tali's wearing. 11% melee, 11% range, 9% heal bonus. Increase max stamina by 15. So, I have a better heal bonus, but... slightly better melee. I've got plus 12 strength. And my Sigil of the Great Bear. That's... Wow. So, I mean, I would lose my plus 12 strength, which sucks. But... I think we're gonna... What am I saying? I'm gonna leave her in what she's wearing. She's adorable. I want her to have her adorable armor. Fuck it. And this way I get to sell things and get more gold so that I can craft better stuff. I specifically went in there to remove Solus's sigil. Then again, let me think about this for a minute. Sigil of the Greater Mistral. Plus 10% cold damage, minus 50% all other damage. So I have to do this before I go to fight the next dragon, for sure. But I think I'm going to go to the Forbidden Oasis first. The true RPG experience. Better stats, but it ruins the look. Yes. She's adorable, okay? I can't do it. And, like, I do that with a lot of my characters, but she's just... When I was making Tali, I was like, she's gonna be fucking adorable. So, it just... It ended up being, like, this is even more too much. So... Oh yeah, and I fixed my Discord integration, so Discord should actually now let people know when I'm streaming, because, you know, that is a thing that it's supposed to tell you. So, I can't... Can I actually tell? I can't actually tell. But, either way, I fixed the Discord integration so that, it should tell you when I'm streaming if you just hover over my username, but either way, I've also got the Twitter thing has been botted so that I don't have to worry about that. So that's going to also be in my Discord now, in my tweets channel. Does it automatically. Fuck you. Yeah. Now I'm getting distracted. I'm like, I have to go to the bank later. I have to figure out how I'm scheduling this and that around the other thing. I've got a lot on my mind right now. And not all of it is sensible, but I'm waiting on a recommendation letter for my my final, so that I can properly send in a well-recommended application to the college that I want to go to, because they're basically the only one in the area that offers kinesiology in the way that I want it, so I really only have the one choice, but they only do it like once every year, not every semester, so I'm like, it's stressful. I really only have the one choice, and it sounds like the director of admissions is on my side, and I have a really amazing recommendation letter from my my first sensei / former employer, and she tried to write me a recommendation letter last time, or rather I should say she wrote me a recommendation letter last time, and I was missing a prerequisite. So I am most of the way through that prerequisite because it's my anatomy class, and then I asked her to send back in honestly the same letter. I was like, I couldn't have asked for a better recommendation letter. Can I ask you a favor to send it in again? And she updated it with, you know, a couple of time-based things and a couple of... And also the new owners like this person a lot and find them very useful and yada yada, so she updated it with that, which was really nice. But... Oh, I just realized I was gonna put on my extra focus belt and I didn't. Fuck. Whatever. So she updated it with that, and it's... That one has been submitted, but now I have to figure out, you know... The last time I tried to do this, the second person that I asked flaked out on the recommendation letter, so now I'm like, do I wait for him? Or do I just fucking submit it now? Because I'm not waiting until the last couple of days. It's not happening. I only have, as a matter of fact, just under 2 weeks from today to submit this application. And this guy flaked last time. So... Now what? Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna zip into the Black Emporium briefly. Hi, Avery, I'm talking about college stuff. I have decent, like I've got an excellent grade in my anatomy class. I had a 2.8 GPA? That sounds low. It might have been a 3 point something now that I say that. But anyway, whatever. I got my associate's degree with a decent GPA. I have a 90 average right now in my anatomy class, and it's midterm. So, I'm not worried about that part. I'm slightly worried about what happens if everybody else looks better.
In the blessed age.
So.
I felt a candle mounted with the severed hand of a first acolyte of Razikiel.
Do I have a backup second person who could write a letter? Well, this one is... Let me put it to you this way. There are 2 recommendation letters allowed, and my former employer is one of them. She has already submitted hers to help me out. Sorry, I have to look at these really quickly because I'm like, I don't remember which one of these I really wanted. I'm always looking for better stabs, so I'll start with those. Sundering bored me. And bows. But I could get the Axe of the Dragon Hunter. But that's two-handed, isn't it? We'll go with Grunsman's bow for now. That works. But yeah, so my former employer was the first person that I absolutely 100% definitely wanted to submit a recommendation letter, and I'm only allowed 2. So this kind of, it's not really a backup second person, but this is the second person. So it's kind of a weird situation to be in right now, because I don't really have a backup so much as I have the 2 options. I would probably be fine if I submitted it with just the 1, but between that and buying a new car and various bullshit going on with that, like I said, outside of the car itself, I'm not worried about the finances, I'm not worried about the numbers. Everything to specifically do with the car is great. It is outside circumstances related to me buying a car that are frustrating me. But yeah, I'm sure you didn't come here to see me, to listen to me bitch. So, we'll leave that aside. Sure you did! Well, it is specifically bitching about, bullshit family stuff. So, I try to I won't say I try to keep that quiet, because that's a lie, because, but I will say that I try to keep it to somewhat of a minimum. Long story short. Oh, I didn't do any of the rifts yet. I can do the rifts while I'm out here. And then deal with the dragons. That would be intelligent. Let's do that. Long story short, my mother doesn't want me to buy a new car, even though I have a 13-year-old Hyundai Tucson, which is in decent condition for its age, but is at its end of life at this point. Maintenance and gas together are gonna cost me approximately the price of the new car, give or take. So it's not worth it. I can handle a little bit of extra for gas, but instead, my parents are now trying to manipulate me, or more specifically my mother is now trying to manipulate me by saying that if I keep the old car while I am going to college, my parents will pay for the gas and maintenance of the old car. And then finally went, yes, we will still pay for your gas, but not maintenance if I get the new one. And I just went, oh, alright, cool. Because I wasn't even expecting to have help with gas. So, that's fine. You know, I'm not worried about that part. She tried to do this when I got the Tucson as well, which was a used car. It's a 2007, and I got it about 5 years ago. So it was very, very well used when I got it, but it was in great shape for its age. It's just, like I said, it's at end of life at this point. It is old. It is not in good enough shape for me to keep it. I mean, I don't drive a lot. I drive a lot for someone that lives in this area. I don't like having an SUV, first of all. That just stresses me out more than you would believe. But I needed something with, you know, not a lot of cargo space, but decent cargo dimensions for my job. And I don't want an SUV. I don't want an SUV. I'm getting 19 miles to the gallon. But like, I drive about 30 miles a day now. And once I'm going to college, that is going to approximately double. So 3,700 miles on my car in 2 years. Yeah, that's... let's see, I've had this one for 5, and I think I've put about 15,000 on it, so in comparison, yes. When I bought the Tucson, which is what I have now, I got a, I think it had about 143,000 miles on it, and I have since put 13,000 miles on it. So it's not like this is a brand new car with not very many miles on it. It's 156,000 miles. It's gotten to the point where the maintenance and gas is beyond, like, it's no longer worth it. The maintenance and gas together will cost me the price of the new car. So I'm getting the new car. You know? At year 3, they trade me up with a slightly lower payment and get a car with like 5,000 miles on it. That's impressive. Yeah. No, I don't suspect that I will ever be in that kind of car buying shape. My assumption, if I'm like with low numbers, by 5 years, first of all, I will have the car paid off. That part I'm not worried about. But with the way that I drive and the places I'm going to be driving, most likely what's going to happen is that at the end of 5 years, when I officially own the car, there will be about 70,000 miles on it. Maybe, you know, 70,000 is the low end. So assuming that I'm just going to school and to work and to synagogue, there will be a little over 75,000 miles on it, most likely, over 5 years. You know, like, that's if I'm not counting anything else. There are gonna be more than 75,000 miles on this car by that point. I've got over double that on my current car. It's not gonna last. It will not last that long. It's not a new car. Oh yeah, no, I will own this car. I'm not in the position where leasing would be worth it for me. I briefly considered it, and then I kind of went, well, or I could pay the same amount and just own the car. So, like, I admit I don't fully understand, like, the point of leasing. I know that it's worth it for some people, but I don't really quite understand why it's worth it. Because, like I said, in my mind, it's like I could also pay the same amount and just own it at the end of that time. So what's the point? Used to own my car, but leasing makes more sense for me. Yeah, like I said, I understand the concept of that, but I don't really understand why. Oh, it's still Sarah. I'm like, what is going on? So this is the part where I'm gonna take Solus's sigil off here. Oh, it's gonna give me everyone again. That's weird. I forget that it does that. No. Remove that so that I can re-equip him once I get over here. Oh, right. I'm like, why is he down here? Because that's the way I set up my party. I did this on purpose, and then forgot. Why do I? Huh. I'm gonna keep that and check it out. Because I think that is significantly better than what Dorian has right now. When my father retires, I will be able to use his truck for the random doctor's appointment, so I want to not have to try to trade in or sell a used car for a loss. It's coming. Ugh. Yeah, that's... I think we're about the same age, Avery, so that sounds about right. My state doesn't count the car as an asset. That is excellent. Don't have to deal with tags or maintenance, have the security of a new safety feature, so it's a unique situation. That makes sense. I'm not sure exactly how my state handles things like that for tax purposes. I don't actually know. Oh no, okay. I am younger than you. I'm 27, so... I see things like, oh, my dad's 66, and I'm like, yeah, my father's 60 almost, and I'm like, that's clearly the same. Not quite. Same generation, not the same age. Defaulted on a creditor who wouldn't work with me when I had to stop working for disability. Oof. Yeah, that's gonna be rough, and especially if that counted towards your assets. Doesn't that also technically count against what you get for disability, or is that something to, get around that slightly, quote unquote, to actually make the system work? It does somewhat. Okay. For me, it makes sense to lease because I drive very little and the maintenance is all the dealership's problem. That's a thing. That's not really something I had considered. But I mean, I'm not super worried about the maintenance on what I'm getting. Plus, brand new car, very unlikely to have major issues out of the blue, and again, not my job to fix it. If it does, it's covered. Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. I hadn't considered that maintenance was just straight up the dealership's job. I'm more worried about what happens if something goes wrong with the car and I need it now.
Another of the elven artifacts.
So that, like, I don't have any backup. I need to be able to do this. And a break on your insurance. Fantastic. Excellent. Mine is probably going to change somewhat because I'm going from a very old car to a almost brand new one. But it's gonna be much safer, and it's gonna be... So I really have no idea how my insurance is gonna change. I do have to call them. That's the other thing. I have to call them. Because I paid in advance for the year for my insurance, so I gotta fix that. This is too early. She's gonna fly away the second I do this. Praise hell if they try to skip or skimp on gas coverage. That'll kill any insurance discount you were gonna get. I have not bought a car before, not a new one. I bought my my current car, my Tucson, from my mechanic. So like I bought it privately. I have never gone through a dealership before. So I was working with 3 of my friends who have done this before in various financial straits. You know, and one of them was like mainly looking at my finances to help me figure out if I could do this reliably, and she was like, "You are in so much better shape than I thought you were. You know what you're doing. You can do this." And then one of my friends was literally pretending to be my rich uncle when we went to test drive the Fit yesterday, which was really nice because I was like, I've never done this before. I don't know how to do this, and having them there was really helpful. And then another friend of mine has been in slightly more dire financial straits than myself, as a matter of fact, the last time she had to buy a car. So it was a little bit of kind of the opposite of what my first friend was doing. More like, you know, yes, you can do this. This is what happens if something goes wrong. So I've got a few different friends helping me with backup here. So I got some backup. I'm doing pretty good. Gap coverage. Coverage for if your car is totaled before you finish paying it off. That's interesting. I was unaware that this was a thing, but it makes sense. Definitely need that. Even with the credit card default thing, I'm a great prospect to the Nissan dealer. I've got almost 20 years of never ever defaulting or having a late car payment. Yeah, that's impressive. I have a very short credit history because I resisted even getting a debit card for so long, and then I was like, fuck, I need this. If I'm gonna ever do anything with anything ever, I need to have credit history. So I have a credit card, and I have excellent credit. I have, like, a really high credit score, and I, like, shocked the financials friend that was looking at my numbers. She was like, how did you do this? I was like, because I'm not a dumbass that tries to pay for things that I can't afford with credit. You know, if it's something like, I know I will be able to afford this in 2 weeks if I put it on a credit card, I'll do it. But I have been both lucky and smart. So, you know, I've been lucky that I haven't had something that I can't afford be required in the time that I couldn't afford it, but the only things that I've ever put on credit, like, that I couldn't afford that day were things where it was like, okay, I'm getting paid next week, I don't have this on my checking, but I will have this by the time I get paid, I'm gonna put this on credit, you know? So I've been very lucky in that I haven't needed to use credit before for things that I can't really afford, but I'm also not an idiot with my money, so between those two things, like I said, it's definitely a lot of luck and a not insignificant amount of not being an idiot. Credit debt I defaulted on is unfortunately unavoidable in the both senses. Exactly! That's what I mean by I've been lucky. Dental is super expensive. I've been very lucky for not, you know, needing something that I couldn't afford. And, like, that is straight up luck, and I am well aware of this. But I also say I'm not a dumbass because, you know, I've got some other friends who are not smart with their funds, and as a matter of fact, most of our friend group that I have in common with these other two people, like, they were like, you're so much smarter than literally anybody else. Why are you like this? I was like, financial abuse. It makes you real smart, real fast, because you don't have a choice. And they kind of went, oh. So, that's my situation. Could have used disability to help pay off my credit card a little bit when they gave me back that. Yeah, but that's still... I feel like at that point there's a little bit of, you know, I can default on this even if I do this. Like, I can understand a couple of reasons you wouldn't. Used it to buy a new computer instead because it wouldn't have made a big difference, and the computer is the way I can communicate. Yeah, and that's again, that's not being dumb. That's going, well, I'm gonna end up defaulting on this anyway. I only have a couple of choices here. Now what? So that makes sense. That's not being dumb. That's bad luck. Yeah, no, that's perfectly sensible. So. Fight me! Me specifically. Leave the rogue out of it. Oh, god damn it. Alright. Hey, Solus, wanna bring Sarah back, maybe? That'd be great. Okay, you did. Good. Yeah! Hang on, I'm like right at the end of this fight. I promise I'm not trying to ignore chat, but at the same time I'm like, I need to pay attention to this. Hold that thought. I promise I will read in a moment. I'm almost done. Get back here, you. Fight me. Yeah! Alright. As far as what if a car dies and you need a car now, see if your insurance has a towing reimbursement option. It's probably super cheap. They might have a loaner car. Or dealership might. AAA is worth it if your dealership doesn't have its own program. Lease comes with the equivalent of AAA, and I already used it once when I locked myself out of the car at my job. I have AAA. So, that is, like, it got to the point for a while there, and this is part of the reason I need a new car. It got to the point for a while there that, like, a couple of the AAA guys, like, I needed to call AAA to my synagogue 3 times because I couldn't start my car for various reasons. I had to call them to work a couple of times. Once because I locked myself out of my car like a bonehead. Like, they were familiar with me for a few weeks there because it was like, what'd you do this time? You know? Oh, you locked yourself out of your car again? Alright, I'll get the stuff. Oh, you can't start it this time. Well, let's figure out if it's this or that. You know, so like, I got real friendly with a couple of the AAA guys for a while, and now I'm like, and this is part of the reason I'm like, my mother doesn't want me to buy a car. Why? And it's literally just that she wants to keep me under her control and, you know, make herself sound good because I'm buying a new car instead of, you know, using her money and making her look better. But it's not... I cannot rely on this car. It's not worth it anymore. And my best friend has a 16-year-old that she is trying to teach to drive using her standard. And it's not going well. So I mentioned that I needed to get rid of my car, and she went, oh, can I buy it? And she knows everything that I have gone through with this car. She knows the exact condition that it's in. She knows that it is the same age as hers, but an automatic. So she knows everything that's going on with this car and was immediately like, oh, I will pay you for your car, please. So I'm like, yes, I was honestly hoping that you were going to be interested because I think you will get more out of this car than I will at this point, and I'm not keeping it. It's not happening. I can't do it. Constantly paying off $400 in the department store because when I get it down to zero, it's new glasses time again. Yup, I hear you. If you have AAA or the equivalent, it provides rental. Make sure car insurance doesn't have rental on it. Ooh, that's fair. I don't think my car insurance has rental on it. Because I don't really... I've never needed to bother with a rental, so I don't think that I have rental insurance. But good to check. I have AAA because my father pays for a membership for all of us. Same! And if I get a backup camera, I can get a discount. Yeah, I think the Fit that I'm looking at had a backup camera that I was like, I don't care about this, but cool. Like, there were so many extra features in the one that I test drove that I 0% was looking for. I just wanted a basic car. But I also test drove one that was a couple of trim levels higher, and it's so cute, and I love it, and it's adorable. It's super cute. First car was a 91 or 90 Geo Metro. I had a 1993 Mercury Villager. So I had a shitty van for several years until I got T-boned and it was immediately totaled. And then I had a 1999 Jeep Cherokee for about 5 years. Until I hated that Jeep. I hated that Jeep. I hated that Jeep. It stressed me out more than I can tell you. I wanted a small car. I could not afford anything. So I got a used, like, not gently used Jeep Cherokee, because that was the smallest thing that my mother was like, yeah, I'll continue to pay for your maintenance. Because I could not afford anything else. And I was like 19. So, got the Jeep. Hated it. Had it for like 5 years. It started having more maintenance costs than I paid for the car. Like, it was worse than the shape that the Tucson is in by orders of magnitude. My mother was still like, you shouldn't get a new car. There's no reason for you to get a new car. I'm not paying for anything if you get a new car. You know, the maintenance is going to be all on you. The gas is going to be all on you. Everything else is going to be all on you. And I was like, you know what? I would rather feel safe in the car that I drive. So I bought the Tucson, which I bought it from my mechanic for like $4,300 because he took the Jeep off my hands. He was like, I want about $5,000 for this car. And then I looked at him. I was like, are you willing to take the Jeep as a trade-in? And he went, yes, and dropped it to $4,300. So, you know, that was excellent. And I got the Tucson, which was gently used. It was owned by a little old Navy veteran before me. It had 140,000 miles on it 5 years ago when it was 8 years old. You know, it was a good purchase at the time, and I don't regret it at all, except that now it's old. So it's like, it's not a regret thing, it's just, it's at end of life, and the maintenance and gas is no longer worth it. 50 miles to the gallon, holy shit! Hang on, I have to scroll up a minute. That is... Holy shit! Only way I reached 65 in under a minute is downhill with good wind. Yeah! Broke down every 2 months, repair was the spark plugs. $5. Yeah, but so, like, I would believe that if it was like I was looking at buying a new car then. This is in a pattern of, like, my parents do not treat me well. They do not believe that I am capable of anything, and yet at the same time they consistently brag about their black belt child. Like, I'm not a person to them. I'm a, like, something to brag about. It's bullshit. I am something to brag about when things go right, and something to bitch about if they perceive things as not going right. It's not... This is not because they're concerned. This is because they want to keep me in their debt. Yes, trophy. That's exactly it. My kid has a black belt. My kid teaches this and that. My kid... But also, my kid's a dumbass and wants to buy a brand new car while working X hours a week. They don't know what I have in savings. They don't know what I make in a week because I can't trust them. They don't have any of these numbers and did not believe me when I said, I have done the math and can afford this. Reminder, I'm 27. I know how to do math. I know how to handle my money. I have enough in savings and in my weekly checks to be able to do this once my weekly checks are caught up. I'm not worried about this. And like I said, this is not... It's not bothering me because my mother is trying to give me advice. It's bothering me because she is completely ignoring me, and she's done this before with something that made even less sense. And she doesn't believe that I can do it. Like, this is in a pattern of financial abuse. That's the problem. Can I afford to move out of their house? No. I would have done it a long time ago, and I wouldn't be having this problem if I could afford that. Rent is too high in this area. I can't afford it. But I can afford car payments. They're like... if I pay this off over 5 years, car payments are like 1/5 of what I could be paying in rent. And then I get a longer credit history. And a better credit history for paying off car payments consistently every month. I have excellent credit. It doesn't have a long time of credit. I don't have a long credit history, but I have excellent credit. I have the ability to do this, and she's just refusing to believe that I have the capability to even do the math. I'm like, woman, enough. Yes, exactly. It's literally just, I'm no longer going to be under their thumb. So, parents have never asked for or had access to my checking account. My mother took me to open one when I was 18 before I went to university. So, my mother had access to my checking account until I was 18. And I'm sure that she was monitoring it, but I straight up went, I would rather have this myself so that I don't have to do this later on down the line. And at the time, she wasn't like, oh, he doesn't trust me, so this needs to not happen. She was like, no, that makes sense. This is your money. So, you know, that part wasn't a problem, but now she's got no idea, and like she was trying to stop me by being like, well, I don't think you can afford that, and you don't talk to me, so I can't, you know, I can't help you with this. And I'm like, no, that's part of the reason that I don't talk to you. Yeah, my parents are bad with money and don't respect me. And they're worse with people. Like, the older I get, the less I like them. Had a savings account only before then because the bank didn't offer a checking account for under 18. Yeah, I think that is actually closer to what happened. She had access to my savings account until I was 18, and then I took her off of it and opened up a checking account, and I never looked back. But like I said, I can't trust them because they are emotionally and financially abusive, so I don't tell them what I make. I didn't tell them for months that my checks at work were behind because I didn't want to deal with the fallout from that. You know, it is not worth it for me to let them know what's going on. It isn't, and it will never be. It's not their business. It's not their problem. That's me. I recommend credit unions. Yeah, I have there's a relatively local credit union by me that I have my my savings and my checking with. Let them know 20 years from now. Yeah, basically. That's my plan. They're not allowed to know this while it's happening. It's not their business, it's not their problem, and I can't trust them with that information anyway. If it's not something that I would tell, you know, some rando on the street, it's not something that I can tell them. This is not their business or their problem. It's just, that's... Nope.
Good day, Your Worship.
Nora says, Bork! Hello, Nora.
It is well, Your Worship.
Okay. So, my plan as of right now, I'm going to sell some stuff, and I think I'm going to end stream there because I do have to go to the bank today, so that I can talk to them about a car loan and see how their numbers compare to the car dealership. Didn't like the fur paw boots and undies. I mean, you know, I'm not going to judge. I don't dislike them. It's just you apparently just wanted cute little Pete's for your character. I'm not going to judge that. That's adorable. It's cute. It's just, you know, interesting. They're awful. I mean, you know, like I said, I ain't gonna judge, but if you're saying it's awful, I'm not gonna disagree either. Caliban, the most famous non-Pentagast dragon hunter. Oof. Okay. Right, I was gonna check Dorian with this. I can't do that from here. Gotta pick my brain about classes other than mage sometime in this game. Another day, I will absolutely do that with you. Because I have played literally every specialization in this game at this point. I have
Alright, why wouldn't I be a good viddy?
a wealth of opinions on all of them, at least for my own personal playstyle, and I am well familiar with why some of the things that I do are fucking stupid, except that I'm not very good at video games. So, you know, that. Slightly better, but also I can craft better. Which is my favorite for each class for my playstyle? Oof. So, I enjoyed... It's hard to pick with mages. I really enjoyed Rift Mage, just because some of the spells are a lot of fun, but also, I can melee mage. I can be a Knight Enchanter. I really, really enjoy Knight Enchanter. So, those two kind of approximately equally. I really enjoyed... I really, really, really enjoyed Champion, because you can just be a one-person wall. It is ridiculous. And then I'm enjoying Templar a lot more than I expected too. Excuse me, don't shove your customer out of the way. That's incredibly rude, sir. So, again, it's kind of less that I liked... Templar is anti-magic. So the thing about the Templar specialization is that all of my skills are either buffs, Blessed Blades. You rally all of your nearby allies to fight with greater strength, especially when facing demons. 15% damage bonus, yada, yada, yada. So, that stuff, it's all either buffs or it's like Spell Purge, which is literally just dispel for non-mages. Through faith and will, you dispel all hostile magic from the area around you. That is so useful. And then you get the usual stat boosts. And Wrath of Heaven is the only one that's really offensive. You summon a blinding pillar of light that stuns nearby enemies and damages demons. 700% weapon damage if you're fighting demons. It's great. So... Oh my god, yeah, I hate the fucking barriers. Barriers are a pain in the ass. So it's nice to have my Inquisitor with the ability to spell purge, or, for a mage, dispel. But as a nerd, more than as a player, I really prefer rogues. Just because they do so much damage. and I can just go down, get back up, go down, get back up, go down, get back up. That requires either a healer or really good accessory balance, but I prefer doing that because they do so much damage. The problem is I try to play all of my rogues as tankier than they are, so it require like all of my rogues are fucking nuts. So I've played an artificer, that was Ilari. Shocker, that's where my username comes from. And all of that is on YouTube, as a matter of fact. Let me see if I have the command. I don't have the command. Moobot, are you... Maybe I just need to reset my bot. Hang on. What are my commands? I missed one. I don't have that. What happened to my YouTube thing? Whatever. I think it's actually in the summary below my stream anyway. Either way. So, regardless, all of Ilari's playthrough is archived on YouTube. And that was my Inquisitor the second time I played him. I've played a Tempest, which is Sarah's specialization, which is ridiculous and a lot of fun. Tempest is basically like being a rogue, but a witcher, but in Dragon Age. Except instead of drinking the potions, you smash them on yourself. You know, Flask of Fire makes you, you know, it means that none of your abilities cost any stamina while it's active, and then Flask of Frost means that you freeze everyone that tries to hit you, or that you hit. This one was really fun because I was playing a melee rogue at the time, and then Flask of Lightning just slows down time for everybody but your rogue. So that one's fun because it's ridiculous. Artificer is Varric's specialization. You're just throwing mines everywhere, basically. And then the other one is Assassin, which is Cole. I still haven't finished my poor Assassin's playthrough. I have an Elven Assassin, Lunan, and they are adorable and tiny and amazing. The Assassin one is a lot of fun for me because I like melee rogues as a general rule, and I built my Assassin in such a way that I could just, like, I have a couple of ranged abilities from the rogue trees. Let me see if I can find it on Sarah. Because I built my Assassin around double daggers and the Assassin tree, and then I threw in some stuff from the other ones, like Sabotage, you get poisoned weapons. So I have poisoned weapons for them all the time. And I also have Throwing Blades, which is a ranged attack. And I also have, where is it? It's my favorite, Shadow Strike, which is not originally a ranged attack, but it's so much damage. It's 400% weapon damage. And then you can upgrade it so that it becomes a ranged attack. You now know how to strike without being seen, even at a distance. You can now use Shadow Strike against ranged targets. That is my favorite attack for a rogue. It's amazing. Every time I used that with either Ilari or Lunan, who is my assassin, I get like 4,000 to 5,000 damage from the one hit that it gives you. It is the best. So, yes, chuck your brass knuckles at him. It's the best. And they have this ridiculous wind up. It's like they're throwing a baseball. It's great. I love that attack. So that particular attack is a lot of fun anyway. But I've gotten to the point where I build my characters around what I know I do. It's like fire mines. Somewhat. Yeah, kind of. Because you can also just like uppercut them from right under them. That's what the animation is when you first get the ability before you upgrade it to long range. But when you upgrade it to long range, you just whip your fucking brass knuckles from across the field at them. It's beautiful. It's my favorite thing. Okay. That said, I have one dragon to kill next time. I'm gonna leave that for next time because I gotta like stop, get ready for work, go to the bank, deal with car loan stuff, call the dealership and be like, can I please put a hold on this car? So I'm going to call it here for today. I will be back hopefully Wednesday. As far as I know, it shouldn't be an issue. If you hit up my Twitter or my Discord, the updates will be on there. So let me do my outro stuff. Twitter. I have a Twitter. That is where I put all of my stuff about things that I am streaming and things that I am maybe not streaming sometimes go on there. Like, for example, I finished Phantom Hourglass at, like, midnight. I have finally finished another Zelda game, guys. I'm in the middle of so many of them. But yeah, so that stuff is what goes on Twitter. It is usually video game related stuff. Occasionally there will be an opinion in there somewhere or an update or like, wow, this is an emotional thing that happened that I wasn't expecting. So, you know, it's mostly Link Between Worlds. That is, I just got that one relatively recently. It is on my list and it is higher on my list because it's on the 3DS so that I don't have to worry about needing my television to play it. So that's nice. Opinions and video games. That is it. That is my Twitter. Occasionally I reblog things. I mean, retweet things. But a lot of it is still video games. So that's my Twitter. I also have a Discord server. And now I have a bot that puts my tweets on my Discord server, so I don't have to worry about remembering to update both Twitter and Discord because it does it for me. So you can always come in and join my Discord. We're relatively friendly. It is a very small Discord as of right now, but even if you come in when there's nobody around, you know, we'll always get back to someone at some point. More of my followers hang out on Discord than do in my chat. Forget to check them and don't want to disrespect you. So the thing about Discord is that it is super low key. It's okay. If someone really wants to talk to you specifically about something, we will tag you or DM you. It is alright. Like, I don't check a lot of social media very often. It's super low key. I'm not taking it as disrespect if somebody doesn't check Discord. It's okay. If you would like to join my Discord, you are welcome to. If you don't want to, don't. But like, you are welcome on my Discord. It's good. We're cool. I promise. Last, but most certainly not least, if you like what you see, if you have a few bucks to spare, and only if you have a few bucks to spare, do not do this to yourself and then like put yourself out over it. I also have a Ko-fi account. Currently, that is going toward me getting a capture card and a stream deck so that I can make all of this stuff a little bit nicer, so that I can, you know, for example, I might be able to stream something like, you know, Dragon Age 2. I am planning to, in the future, once I have my capture card, stream the entire Dragon Age series in a row. Like, I will go through Origins 2 and Inquisition in a row. I'm also planning to stream Witcher 2 and 3. But I need a capture card for some of this stuff that I have planned. And hell, in the future, I may end up doing, like, even something like Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I really love Breath of the Wild. And if I can figure out how to hook up my Wii to it, I can do more of the older Zelda games also, because I have it on the GameCube collection, which is compatible with the Wii. So I will be really significantly expanding my repertoire if I am able to get a capture card. So if, like I said, if you have the funds to spare and you would like to make my streams a little bit nicer, a capture card will also give me the ability to do things like throw up a BRB screen or an outro screen so that you're not just staring at Tali's beautiful face while I talk. So that is going to do it for me today. Let's see if I can raid someone. Oh, hey, so there is this artist that I follow. Let's see how long she's been active so that we're not, like, coming into the end of her stream or something. She usually streams for, like, a long time. Oh, yeah, she's been up for less than half an hour. That's fine. So, there is this artist that I follow, Fedrin. She is currently playing Mario Kart 8. But she's a lot of fun to hang out with. She does some really awesome art stuff also. So what you should do is we should go there and then you should drop her a follow or something. So we're going to go say hi to Fedrin in once it lets me do that. I hope to see everybody Wednesday or Friday. Hopefully I will have a new car by this time next week. But like I said, check in on Twitter or Discord and make sure that before you, stop by and go, he's not streaming, that I didn't put something about, I'm buying a car today, sorry guys, or whatever. So, we're going to go say hi to Fedrin. I hope everybody has a good day / couple of days / week if I don't see you. And I'm out. Have a good one. Bye.